Hi, my name's Andy Bailey. I'm over here because Adama, New Zealand invited me to come over here and talk about how we manage Septoria from a resistance point of view in the UK and Ireland. Septoria resistance first raised its head with azole chemistry in around 2003, which was when we first started to see that there were some tail-offs in performance. So pre-2003, azoles worked really well in curative situations. I mean, they were giving 80–90% control. Then from 2003 or 4 onwards, that we started to see a decline. That has gone year on year. It's been a very slow decline. But we now are in a situation where, as protectants, azoles are giving us around 50 or 60% control, but from curative activity, the leading azoles are now down to kind of 30%, 40% at best. We've seen a dramatic sort of 50% reduction in effect of these compounds over that time. And because we relied on them so much for curative activity, that is a huge problem for us. The SDHI chemistry that has come into the market since the azoles is really good at controlling Septoria, but it doesn't have that much curative efficacy. So we really have needed to have a real sea change and think about how we look at Septoria management. So we've had to go back to the drawing board and get into a more protectant situation. And the situation with the SDHIs now is reaching a level where some people have opinions. Some of the key influencers in Ireland and the UK believe that we're almost on the edge of a precipice in terms of actually seeing field performance issues. I think we've learned that we have to put in place resistance management strategies which try to extend the life of the existing chemistries that we have, in particular single site modes of action. So the azoles and the SDHIs, we have to protect them, and we do that with the use of multi-sites, and we also put other resistance management strategies in place to ensure that we keep these products performing for as long as we can. Yes, I think it does. It means that we really need to be more in a protectant situation. In the past, we've relied on the curative activity of compounds such as azoles, less so SDHIs, and that curative activity used to be very, very strong. And growers used to be able to spray crops that had signs of disease in them, and those products were very effective. But now that curative activity has been eroded, and therefore we need to be applying products before the first signs of disease. So we need to be protecting leaves as they emerge in the crop to ensure that we don't get ourselves into those curative situations, because the products will not be able to pull back the situation for the growers, and they'll end up with yield damaging levels of disease. Multi-sites, in my opinion, are vital. They very much complement this protectant approach to Septoria, so we can use them in a protectant way on emerging leaves to put down a protective barrier to prevent Septoria developing. And one of the key points about multi-sites is that there is a very low risk of resistance. I would go as far to say almost negligible. Multisites need to be used early, right from the start. It has to be before disease infection, and that would be including the multisite almost first in the tank and then build the other products around it at the key application timings.